Alright guys, welcome back to another Formers Digital video. So guys, today's video is going to be another video on understanding sticking to your analysis and overall understanding proper risk management and controlling your emotions while trading. So far you've been finding value in my videos. Make sure you like, comments, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get all my videos and all the free gems that I be dropping. Also, you can join my Discord group that's free for new people and experienced people to get better at the end of the day. We are a family and we all need to get better and to be profitable at the end of every month. So let's get into the video of the topic today of action. So this kind of gives you the idea, right, of what I've been looking at. So I've known that the low of this had to be taken out right here. This liquidity pool got taken out. So once the liquidity got taken out, right, as you see here, price tapped down. And, usually when price tap down to here and it goes up and you see this kind of candle at a point of interest, a key level, then you want to expect price to go up. So when it came back down and made it equal low to this, I know, okay, hey, price going up. And then it came back down and made it fell low. So we had this huge candle that just shot down. Actually, just like here before, when price did that right here, what happened? It fulfilled the volume of everything because it was the imbalance. The same here. Price came down. So guess what? I know that it had to fill the volume of the body of this candle because it's a one-sided market. So price has to come back in to fulfill this. So that let me know that, okay, and this is the weekly setup. So this let me know that, okay, hey, if price is going up for the overall week, that means I need to be looking for buy setups. If price is going down, that means I need to be looking for sell setups. If you can figure that out, that's going to give you a huge edge over the market. A huge edge. That's why it's important for y'all to do your framework. If you don't know what your framework is, I got previous videos about that, but I just go over it briefly. Basically, your framework is basically identifying clean highs and clean lows that has not been taken out yet. That's your framework. That's all that is, because that's how you're gonna be able to identify your range, how to do your setups, and also how to find your trades, and what's been taken out, what hasn't. Because how we trade is after a lower high gets taken out, which what ICT calls the turtle soup, and nothing but highs and lows. Once a high and low get taken out, then you just simply wait for our two main setups, which is our order block setup and our mitigation setup, and also fair value gaps, which I call imbalance. So so now that I know I have this area that price had to come back into this area, right? Just now we know, okay, hey, just give y'all the brief idea. So obviously this dotted line here is a representation of that. This was the start of the first candle of the week. So we know that this is a previous low right here that price took it out. Once it took out this low, right, then what happened? Once price broke above the high of this last down candle right here, obviously this trade would not have worked right here because of how far it came. You'd put your entry at least 10 to 15 pips below this entry. And just from seeing this, you'd have been good. You'd have been good, yeah. You'd have been good. So no, you wouldn't, because this would have got you right here. This would have got you. You'd have been probably for a good little minute, but once it came out to this area, you wouldn't. So price took out this low, right? And then what happened? It shoots up. So obviously we know that, okay, hey, this is the previous high. And this all understand what order flow is. I knew that price is overall coming to this big old block right here up top. Overall. And this is the overall. So the overall direction for the week is for price to go up. So therefore I'm gonna look for buy setups. So as price took out this area, right? Even though you had opportunity to sell, we had a sell position here. You had position for price going down here and even here. But guess what? Just because we have price coming down right here, I'm gonna stick with my overall direction because I'm gonna go for buy setups only. Because guess what? This right here would have been way better than these short little plays. Even though these are good little plays right here, but this would have been way better catching this, and catching this, and taking all these all up to here. Would have been way better than taking it all the way trying to catch these little smaller entries when the main idea was for it to go to. So when doing your buy setups, you want to look for sell opportunities for price to go into your buy setup for you to buy at. So for example, price goes up and then tap into this area. So I always tell people box the body of the candle and the high of the candle. The high of the wick, because sometimes price take out the volume, as you can see, and not the high of the candle. So it give you an idea how far our price can go. So as you see, it took out the volume and said not the high of it, and then what happened? It dropped right on down to here and took out the low of this area right here. And then what happened? Price came up. So because price did that, right? First, we'll talk about this. When price came up and then came back down, fell in this previous low. This is considered a mitigation. So therefore, you would box the high of this candle right here. Let's zoom in so you can see this. You would box the high of this candle right here. The high of this. This was your box right here. When price came down, fell this low. Right here. And price came back and broke above this. This would be your entry point right here. And you would put your entry 10 to 15 pips below your entry point. And actually, this you would have been in profit in this right here. You'd have been in profit. So, and let's say if that trade didn't work out, that's okay, cool, that's fine. Let's say if that trade did not even work out, you still had opportunities. And I believe even with these wicks right here, within these wicks, I always tell people as price comes to your point of interest, always look for opportunities within the wicks. Because on a 5-minute time frame, there's always setups within the wicks on a 5-minute. If you know what I'm talking about on the sniper entries, make sure you go to watch my previous videos on entries like that. So price, this is the high of this, right? Price came up, and what happened? Price came right back down, but look where it closed at. Even here, price came all the way up, but look where it closed at. I guarantee as price was in this area, I guarantee there was an entry right here. I guarantee. So let's go to a 5-minute. See what I'm talking about. So we go to let's see, where is that? Boom, right here. So this is where price had, tapped all the way down into. It came all the way down, which was took out this low right here. So this is when price first tapped into this area. As you see, there was plenty of entries right here. That first entry would have been right here. You had it fell this low, or you could have had it here, because once price came down, took out this low right here, you'd wait for the high. So this wouldn't work out, so price never tapped into it. So you do the next one. Okay, boom. This is the next area where price came up, came down, fell. So you had a limit order here, because this fell this right here. So you're gonna have to put a limit order right here as a mitigation setup. That's your entry. Then you had another one right here as a mitigation setup. That's your entry. So you have 3 entries within this right here. If y'all don't know how to trade out setups, then you need to watch my previous videos on that. Scroll over to here. This is when price made that huge adjustment coming to this area right here, took out the volume, and shot right on down very, very hard. So guess what? Once it did that, price came up, came down. Guess what? You had an entry right here, because this is the area where it fell this low and it came up. So guess what? You could put a limit order to come into here. So you'd have had an entry right here. Turn this red so you know this entry is off the 5-minute. So you put your entry here, boom. So you had a nice entry right here, and this would have been 10 to 15 pips below your entry right here. Price goes up, break above this point right here. So after, and you gotta keep in mind too, you could have did this entry from this standpoint, or you could have took it and turned around and did this entry right here. Once price broke above here of this last down candle, you also had another entry right here. You had one right here as well. So you gotta think about it. You just created 2 entries off the bottom right here. This is 2 different entries. You could have caught from here, then from here. Because why? Price took out the low of this right here, came into these imbalances, and then it took out the high of this last down candle right here. Put a line here so you can see, well, not a line, but kind of mark right here. Right here, this is the last down candle. Let's zoom in for y'all. Oh, see, that's why I hate doing that, because it does this right here. I have to go back and try to find it. That's why I don't like marking on MetaTrader 4, because these recents. So this is the high of the last down candle right here. Once I got taken out, guess what? That's your entry point. That's your entry. Price taps in right here. You put it 10 to 15 pips below here. Same with this one. Price broke out, so that you put 10 to 15 pips below this one. There's been 2 entries off of this box. Now, of course, you're gonna have this whole box. The reason why I say the whole box, because this is obviously from the hour setup. It's to show that, okay, it's a good chance that price can come down lower. You know what I'm saying? So when you see something like this, film majority of the imbalance and majority of the box and does it, then you know you're gonna anticipate based off what you learn. You don't really know for sure, but based off what you learn, you're gonna just anticipate for it to go up. It's either gonna fail or it's not. That's all part of trading. That's why you have to have proper risk management. Don't be scared to make mistakes. It's part of trading. So when you go out to the hour, you see these entries right here was literally 2 entries off the bottom. And guess what? Your take profit would have been right above this previous high. That's your take profit. Now, even though we have areas where price come into the tap down into here, right? You don't want to sell this. You don't want to sell this. You want to look into areas that sell into your buy setups. So obviously, this is the next area here because price tapped into our area and broke above this as a mitigation setup. So therefore, I'm gonna have my whole box here. So obviously, price fell. It then came to this point of interest. But guess what? Price did come to. Once it took out this low right here, because this is a low right here, a liquidity pool right here. This liquidity pool got taken out. When this got taken out right here, right? I want to show you this right here. As you can see, this is still an entry. Look where it closed at, though. That's the main thing. Look where it closed at. It closed right within this. So when price broke above the high of this last down candle, where this box is at, that is your entry right here. You had it tapped in 1 and tapped in 2. That's 2 entries. So you got to that's 1, 2, 3 different entries you could have caught off of this. 3 entries. And then guess what? Price overall came all the way up to our area. And after what happened, it dropped down. So the whole point is, this is why I always tell y'all, just by looking for buy setup, look for, if you know the overall weight is going up, look for buy setup. You know the overall weight is going down, look for sell setups. So you want to look, and it's all understanding the order flow. Okay, the highs got taken out. So because the highs got taken out, I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna look for this to drop into my buy setup. We have a liquidity pool, also my previous mitigation. It took out this low, but it didn't tap into this area. But I know that, okay, this is the last down candle. So once it break above here, that's my entry as an order block setup. A lot of people will not see this as an order block, but this is an order block. Go watch my previous videos on order block and mitigation. And guess what? Price take off. I would rather catch this move, than try to catch all these moves. Because everybody always try to catch every up and down move. You don't need to catch every up and down move. You just need to figure out what the overall direction is. If half the week is going up and down, just pick what side you want to be on and stick with them setups. Because it's going to play. That's going to help you be more of a disciplined trader. Because if you look at the overall week, it came up to fulfill this area. Now, obviously, we came a little bit short. It didn't fulfill this area because this was the high of this. But guess what? It came to the last up candle. So when price is going down, you want to always look into the last up candle for it to go into. So because this was part of the high of this area, this was the last up candle of that. And look what it then came here, but look, overall for the week we was not wrong. It still was mainly coming for this area to fulfill majority of this imbalance off the weekly time frame. So just from understanding that, I was able to understand that the overall week was to go up. A lot of people will look at this and try to sell this. Like, no, look into areas for price. Now, guess what? If you had one to go for sell setups, okay, that's perfectly fine. Like this right here was at least almost 200 pips just come into this low right here. This would have worked out. Once the highs got taken out, you could have sold here. Once the highs got taken out, you could have sold here. So we're not saying that this wouldn't work because these were still at least good 50, 60, 80, 70 pips from these smaller sales. But what I'm trying to say is, if you know the overall direction is for price to go up, then take them steps only. That's going to help you be more of a disciplined trader. So other than that, if you find value in this video and you learned from this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, and Join the Discord will be in the description below for you to join. Like I said, I'm always dropping free gems. This is for all my new people and all my experienced people to get better, including me. It took a long time for me to be able to see these things and understand these things. And I know people always be like, oh, well, why are you doing the replay button? Like, yo, I don't have to approve anything. Like, this is my live account right here, as you can see. Some people always be like, oh, why the replay button, or do it in hindsight? Well, look, how are you gonna be able to trade? How are you gonna be able to trade live if you don't know what to look for? Like, you got people on YouTube who are stupid, don't understand. Like, this is how I learned. When I first got into it, I had to go back and look in time and be able to see if it really works, and see, okay, hey, look for these same steps and see if it works. That's the only way how you gonna figure. You gotta know what to look for in all conditions. If you don't know what to look for in all conditions, how are you going to know what to trade? How? You're not gonna know. So that's the only way how you're gonna be able to learn. So I got plenty of people in my Discord group who learning, who getting better because of how I trade and how I explain things. This is the only way how you're gonna be able to get better. The only way. You don't want to just go out here and just start trading and you don't know what to look for, and now you're just wasting money, or you're wasting money on these prop firms. Learn it first. If you don't know it, learn it first. So we're not in a competition here. Yes, I know there's a lot of scammers out here, and a lot of fake people, but me, I'm not that. Like I said, my Discord is free for everybody to join, and like I said, it's a friendly group, so, and also, if you watch my other videos, I'm actually in the process of getting approved for this prop firm, because I just now learned about these prop firms. I didn't know anything about it. Like I said, I have my own live account, but I didn't know anything about prop firms until someone told me about it. Like, hey, you're good at this, like, you should go for it. I'm like, okay, cool, let me check it out, see if it's legit. And so far, it's legit. So far it is. So I'm on phase 2 right now, and once I finish that, I'll give you an update on that and everything. Other than that, I don't want the video to get too long. So other than that, like I said, like, subscribe, comment below, share, and if you want to learn anything, comment below on what you want to learn, and we'll talk about it. Other than that, I'll see you on the next video, and peace. Have a blessed week.